Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful and peaceful day. Have you guys ever seen a CEO pulling weeds and haggling over every penny for a bundle of veggies at the market? Today, Toan is going to show you a completely different side of himself. After losing everything instead of giving up, he took Diem by the hand and went back to Sim Hill to start a truly healing life. From toiling away, cleaning up a dilapidated house, to a stormy trip to the countryside market on a beat-up motorbike, and a bold decision to spend his very last bit of money to fill the yard with flowers. Why flowers and not rice? And what secret does that little garden hold about a man's rebirth? This gentle yet deeply touching story will definitely make you smile. Let's watch right now. If you love the rustic charm and sincerity of Toan and Diem, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe right now so you don't miss their next happy moments. Goodbye, and see you next time. The next morning, the sound of roosters crowing woke up all of Sim Hill. The first rays of sunlight pierced through the leaves, shining straight into the old single-story house. Toan woke up earlier than usual. He stretched and took a deep breath of the fresh air that no city air purifier could ever recreate. Today, he didn't put on an expensive suit or spray on French cologne. He wore his father-in-law's old t-shirt pants rolled up to his knees and a pair of discolored honeycomb sandals. Diem was busy in the kitchen preparing breakfast. The smell of boiled sweet potatoes wafted up. Toan walked into the kitchen, hugging his wife gently from behind. "Good morning, wifey. I have a big project today that needs your approval." Diem giggled. "What are you planning now? We're out of wood for making tables, you know." Toan pointed out to the yard, where weeds were growing wild, and the dirt path leading to the house was full of rocks. "I think our house looks too gloomy. Today we're going to do a total cleanup. I'll clear this yard and flatten that path. What do you think?" Diem nodded. "Okay, I support you with both hands, but take it easy, don't get heat stroke." And so the house cleaning project began. Toan held the hoe, Diem held the broom. The image of a man who used to sign million-dollar contracts, now sweating over a hoe and pulling weeds, looked strange yet full of emotion. Toan worked with intensity. He treated every weed root like a trouble from the past that needed removing. Thwack one strike into the ground, he uprooted hatred. Thwack the second strike, he uprooted greed. Thwack the third strike, he cultivated peace. Sweat soaked the back of his shirt. His hands, used to holding a computer mouse, began to blister. Diem felt sorry for her husband. She ran out with a towel to wipe his sweat. "Take a break, honey. Your hands are all red." Toan smiled a radiant smile under the sun. "It's fine. Back in the day, I spent so much money at the gym just to sweat. Now I get to work like this. It's healthy, cleans the house, and it's free. I feel really happy." They cleaned together all morning. Large rocks blocking the path were moved aside by Toan to form a fence. Thick briar patches were cleared away. The dirt road was now open and beautiful. The house felt transformed, bright and full of life. Looking at the fruits of his labor, Toan realized, turns out the joy of taking care of your home with your own hands is greater than owning a cold villa cleaned by maids. By the time they finished, the sun was high. Toan looked at the empty yard, then turned to Diem, eyes lighting up with an idea. "Diem, the yard is clean, but it looks a bit bald. I want to plant flowers. Go get changed. Let's go to the district market to buy some seedlings." Diem was surprised. "Go to the market? Are you embarrassed? It's crowded and our bike." She looked at the beat-up Airblade, concerned. She was afraid Toan, who used to drive luxury cars, would feel ashamed appearing in a crowd looking like this. But Toan didn't hesitate. He wheeled the bike out, wiping the dusty seat. "Embarrassed of what? This is my supercar. It carries my whole world. which is you. Hop on." The old motorbike engine roared to life, carrying the couple down to the district market. The market was bustling and joyful today. The sounds of buyers and sellers, ducks and chickens clucking, the smell of herbs and fresh fish. It all created a symphony of daily life. Toan held Diem's hand as they walked through the crowd. In the past, he only knew air-conditioned supermarkets with fixed prices. But here, everything was alive. "Is that Ms. Diem going to the market with her husband?" Such a handsome husband. A familiar vegetable seller called out. "Buy a bundle of veggies." "Young man, homegrown and clean." Toan happily nodded and greeted everyone. The arrogant, distant look of a CEO was gone. He blended into the atmosphere, haggling over every penny, asking after the old ladies selling goods. Diem walked beside him, looking at her husband with teary eyes. She saw a Toan who was more real and closer to her than ever before. They stopped in front of a plant stall. The vendor greeted them warmly. "What kind of flowers are you looking for?" "Roses, chrysanthemums, dahlias, gerberas. I've got them all." Toan looked at Diem. "What do you like?" Diem gently touched a pot of deep red roses. "I like roses, but roses are high maintenance, and they're expensive. Maybe we should just get some moss roses, honey. They're cheap and easy to keep alive." Toan shook his head. He knew Diem was just worried about money. He picked up the most beautiful pot of roses, the buds tight and shy, just waiting for the day to burst open. "No, our life has been hard enough. We need to plant beautiful flowers to brighten it up." "Ma'am, I'll take these 5 rose bushes and add those white daisy pots too. Since I'm buying in bulk, can you give me a discount?" The vendor grinned ear to ear. "Wow, you're a smooth talker, young man. All right, for the sake of such a happy couple, I'll give you a deal." Toan happily pulled out the crumpled small bills he had saved up from his pocket. He counted every single note with respect before handing them to the vendor. It wasn't an unlimited credit card swipe. It was hard-earned cash sweat and tears, making the value of these flower pots truly priceless. The couple rode home with a bike full of flowers. The pots bobbed and danced on the back of the seat, as if celebrating. Back in the yard, without even resting, Toan and Diem started their landscaping phase immediately. Toan used the hoe to loosen the soil on both sides of the walkway. Diem carefully peeled off the plastic wrapping, placing the rose roots into the holes. Toan, plant the white daisies on the outer border, and we'll put the roses in the middle. When they bloom, it'll create a vibrant carpet of flowers. As they worked, they chatted happily. Toan told Diem about his upcoming plans. He would renovate the fish pond and raise a flock of hens for eggs. He even talked about learning how to graft trees to sell seedlings. In his stories, there were no more big buzzwords like market domination or net profit. Only harvests, seedlings, and next season. But his eyes sparkled with more belief than ever before. When the last flower root was covered with soil, the afternoon was fading. Sunset fell, dyeing the newly formed little garden a shade of purple. The bright red rosebuds and pure white daisies stood out against the dark brown earth. The old single-story house suddenly looked strangely romantic. It no longer looked desolate or cold, but warm and full of life. Toan carried water to water the flowers. As each scoop of cool water poured down, the earth shifted to drink it in and the leaves perked up. Diem sat on the porch step, watching Toan absorbed in caring for every single leaf. She suddenly found this man more attractive than when he wore a suit sitting in a luxury car, because right now he was cultivating happiness with his own 2 hands. Toan finished watering and walked over to Diem, sitting down beside her. He took his wife's soil-stained hand. "Diem, do you see? No matter how barren the soil is, if we work hard to care for it, flowers will still bloom. Our life is the same. Today we plant the seeds, tomorrow we'll have flowers. I believe heaven never drives anyone to a dead end." Diem rested her head on his shoulder. "I believe in you. As long as you're by my side, every day is spring, and everywhere is a flower garden." The couple sat there admiring their little garden in the twilight. The wind blew cool and fresh. The scent of new earth mixed with the faint fragrance of roses created a special aroma, the scent of simple happiness. Toan washed the mud off his hands and feet by the rainwater tank. The cool well water washed away the fatigue of a long day of hoeing. He walked into the kitchen. Diem had already lit the fire. The flickering flames illuminated her face, beaded with sweat, but radiant with joy. The scrap wood kitchen table, Toan built yesterday, was now proving its worth. Diem stood chopping meat and picking vegetables comfortably, no longer having to squat with an aching back like before. Toan walked up close, whispering in her ear, "Smells so good. What is the boss feeding the staff today?" Diem jumped, turned around giggling and playful, tapped a finger with a bit of soup powder on Toan's nose. "We're eating fancy today. We have free-range eggs fried with skunk vine leaves, boiled mustard greens with caramelized fish sauce dip, and a specially braised carp with galangal that's been slow cooking in rice husks since yesterday afternoon." Toan inhaled deeply. "Wow, just hearing the names makes me starving. Let me give you a hand. What can I do?" Diem pointed to the basket of eggs. "Beat the eggs for me. Remember to crack them gently, don't smash the shells to bits." Toan rolled up his sleeves, picking up an egg with a serious expression, as if he were holding $1 billion contract. Crack! The egg broke in half, the yolk falling into the bowl, but accompanied by several tiny pieces of shell. Toan scratched his head, grinning sheepishly. "This is harder than signing a contract, honey." Diem burst out laughing, her clear laughter echoing through the small kitchen. She gently pushed his hand away, using chopsticks to skillfully pick out the shell fragments. "Mr. Tycoon, you're only good at giving orders. Leave this to me. Go check if the rice pot is boiling and stir it for me." Toan obediently followed orders. He sat down in front of the stove door, holding the fire poker. The pink glow of the fire cast shadows on his face. Toan looked into the dancing flames. He remembered the cold, soulless corporate parties of the past, where people raised glasses to toast each other with hollow words. But here there was only the sound of crackling wood, the sharp smell of smoke, and the aroma of the bubbling braised fish pot. He felt a strange peace, a peace that money could never buy. Dinner was ready. The food was laid out on the tray. They didn't sit at a fancy dining table. Instead, they spread an old sedge mat right in the middle of the floor. A dented aluminum tray was set down laden with rustic piping hot dishes. A plate of golden fried eggs speckled with green skunk vine leaves. A plate of freshly boiled mustard greens. And the star of the show, a clay pot of braised fish, caramelized to a deep amber fragrant with the scent of galangal and fermented rice. Toan scooped a full bowl of rice for Diem, pressing it down slightly. "Dinner is served, wifey. You worked hard today." Diem took the bowl and picked out the meatiest piece of fish for Toan. "You eat. The neighbor gave us this fish. The meat is very firm. Eat up so you have strength to hoe the land tomorrow." Toan put the piece of fish in his mouth. The sweetness of the river fish, the savoriness of the fish sauce, and the spicy kick of the galangal melted together on his tongue. He closed his eyes, savoring it. "Delicious, it's truly delicious, honey. I swear I've never eaten fish this good. Or is it just your cooking skills?" Diem blushed. "You're just a smooth talker. You think it's good because you're hungry. The couple ate and murmured to each other. No noisy TV, no ringing phones demanding debt payments or rushing work. Just the sound of crickets chirping in the garden and the cheerful clinking of bowls and chopsticks. Toan suddenly grew serious. Diem, let me ask you honestly, since I lost my memory and became empty-handed, have you ever regretted marrying me? If you married someone else, you'd probably be sitting in air conditioning eating delicacies right now. Diem paused her chopsticks. She looked straight into Toan's eyes, her gaze steady and gentle. You're talking nonsense again. I married you, Toan, not the CEO title. Delicacies get boring after a while. A simple meal with a husband and wife who love each other tastes good for a lifetime. For me, happiness isn't the number in a bank account, but sitting here having dinner with you every night, seeing you healthy, growing old with you. That is enough. Hearing this, Toan felt a sting in his nose. He put his bowl down and took Diem's hand. Thank you. I promise I won't let you suffer forever. This meal is my motivation. I will turn the front garden, turn Sim Hill into a gold mine, and I will build you a bigger, more beautiful kitchen. Diem smiled kindly. I believe in you. Now eat before it gets cold. Fried eggs with skunk vine leaves taste fishy if they get cold. After eating, Toan insisted on doing the dishes. You sit there, drink some water and rest. Let the man handle the heavy lifting. Diem giggled, watching her husband fumble with the pile of dishes by the water tank. His clumsy but earnest demeanor made her love him even more. Dishes done, the couple went out to the porch to enjoy the cool air. The moon today was bright and clear, illuminating every newly planted flower bush in the yard. The mountain breeze blew cool, carrying the faint scent of areca flowers from a neighbor's garden. Toan brewed a pot of hot green tea and poured it into 2 small cups. They sat close together on the old bamboo cot. Toan wrapped his arm around Diem, pulling her to rest against his chest. Diem closed her eyes, inhaling the familiar scent on her husband's shirt, the smell of sun wind and peace. Toan, look, the moon in our hometown is brighter and bigger than in the city, isn't it? Diem. Yes, the city has too many electric lights. You can't see the moon this beautifully. Back when you worked far away, I used to sit here every night watching the moon alone, wishing you were home. Now that you're here, the moon is 100 times more beautiful. Toan squeezed her shoulder a little tighter. I'm sorry for making you wait so long. From now on, I'm not going anywhere. We will stick to this land. Tomorrow I plan to fence the vegetable garden. Then I'm thinking of raising a few flocks of hens for eggs. I see a high demand for clean eggs in town. We'll start small-use, short-term profits to fund long-term goals. Diem looked up at her husband with admiration. You're really good at calculating. I only know how to do the labor. The math is beyond me. Whatever you say, I'll follow. As they say, when a husband and wife are united, they can move mountains. Right. Toan. Yeah, as long as we are of one mind. I have business knowledge, you have farming experience. We are the perfect team. They giggled together. Their laughter dissolved into the quiet night. Under the silvery moonlight, their shadows stretched long across the yard, merging into one. No more wealth gap, no more painful past. Only a peaceful present and a promising future waiting for them ahead. Toan leaned down, kissing Diem lightly on the forehead, a kiss containing all his respect and love. Go to sleep early. Tomorrow will be a busy day, future boss lady of the flower garden. Dear viewers, a humble meal of vegetables, a pot of green tea on the porch, and whispered words under the moonlight. That is the truest picture of happiness that Toan and Diem were painting. No need for delicacies, no need for velvet and silk. As long as the soul is at peace and a soulmate is by your side, a dilapidated cottage becomes a castle. But life is inherently a series of challenges. Is today's peace just the calm before tomorrow's storm? As Toan embarks on his short-term for long-term plan, what difficulties will he face from the harsh nature and the demanding market? And will those old enemies truly leave them alone to enjoy this simple life? Continue this journey with Toan and Diem in the next episode, the first storm of the season and Mother Earth's challenge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the exciting developments ahead. Wishing you a good night and dreams as beautiful as the moonlight on Sim Hill tonight. Goodbye.
Này mới tầm 30 giây được không?
Phút đi.